Hello, lovely souls. I'm back with another picker card, and today's picker card, I'm just too excited for today's picker card because this is a topic which is very, very, very close to my heart. Okay, as usual, we have three choices. So, this ring is choice number one. Okay, this pendant is choice number two, pile number two, and this bag, this diamond bag is pile number three. Okay, so now let me reveal what today's picker card is. Today's picker card is what is blocking you from achieving self-love. Okay, what are your blockages to self-love? And you can see by the smile on my face how excited I am, because this is so important and this is so overlooked. Okay, guys, so of course I'm gonna shuffle on camera while I talk about it a little bit. Okay, so it's true. I don't know how many of our parents said this word to us, self love. Mine never did. And as I was growing up, this term was very alien to me. I used to I used to read a lot of blogs and, of course, watch a lot of videos, especially after breakups. But, despite that, I mean, this is something you see a lot. There's something a lot, like, there's a lot of hype about it in everything, okay? Like, a lot of hype, crazy hype, but you don't know what it is. And I often feel that many people actually have, okay? Just look, empowerment and patience. Because it's true, without either of them, it's very difficult to actually to actually to develop or exercise self-love. So, and this is, I think this is one of the biggest challenges, and I'll tell you why. Because, guys, it took me almost 24-25 years to love my entire being, to love every aspect of my life, or to put it, to love every aspect of my soul, and to love every aspect of my human existence, to love my body, to love my hair, to disregard societal norms. It took me so long. It took me so long to come to terms with so many things. Okay, so like I was saying, nobody ever teaches us what self love is. In fact, this is so funny because my mother actually asked me one day a while back, like not today or like currently. My mother asked me, "What is self love? Where did you learn it?" And it's true. I was like, I read about it. I looked it up. But to be honest, whoever is watching this video would know for sure that we have come across this thing called self love. But what is it exactly? What is it? And the answer never starts easy. Like, I know I have a lot to say, but I don't know where I have to begin. But one of the points which is coming to my head is, what is the difference between self love and selfishness? Where is that subtle line? What is that subtle line? Okay, because there is a toxic pattern in most people these days, would actually treat other people like shit. They will just walk all over people and really not care. And they are going to say, I'm doing this in the name of self love. They would say that they are not being there for a friend because it is triggering them. But what is being a good friend? Is it not helping out your friend when your friend is in dire need? Or helping out your partner when they are sick? Or for like something worse, like they're having a mental breakdown and you know their triggers and you know their soft places. I'm telling you, some people in the name of self love, because they cannot differentiate between the two, and they think it's they can use self love in the name of convenience and tag it. They can use they can use selfishness in the name of convenience and then call it self love. Like, what the hell is that? Okay, like I can like tell you, there are people filled with this amount of toxicity. And and coming to this point that I am now, I can't blame them all the time, because it's true. When you don't know what is unconditional love and what is a healthy boundary, you would tend to actually cross it over for others. Guys, this video is going to be very, very emotional, and keep your tissues with yourself. I might just start crying also. One of the basic differences between self-love and selfishness is self-love always is going to ask you to be accountable to yourself. Selfishness is going to be like, yeah, I'm going to do whatever is fine for me. I am not going to help my friend even if she's in dire need, or even if he's in dire need, because that situation is difficult for me to deal with. Then it doesn't matter whether your friend is in deep need or in dire need or in grave danger. People do this. I mean, not all, and thank God that not all people do that. But there is there's a huge chunk of the population which does that. Who, like, some people are so entitled that they think they can just walk all over your personal boundary, your personal space. They don't understand that it does not matter whether it's your convenience or not. You have to take in account what the other person is feeling and how they are feeling. And all this I'm saying is a testimony, because I have no qualms in admitting it. I too have been a toxic person. I have also done things and said things, but I learned, I realized it takes a lot of strength to finally realize and accept your mistakes. And let me tell you, we've all been that person. We've all been that toxic person at some point or the other. If we have not been toxic to to others, trust me, we have been toxic to other people. Sorry, we have been toxic to ourselves. And family, that's the worst. That's the worst kind of thing you can do for yourself. So it's an interconnected web. It's like a polarity, like the negative and the positive. It's the line is very thin, You have to really listen to your intuition to really understand that, okay, this is not how things are supposed to be. Because believe it or not, empathy is also what we are born with. We cannot ever, some people might not, but some people might also deal with other kinds of disorders from birth, and that can't be helped. But people who know what they're doing, I feel it I feel it really takes away from the essence of your entire being the moment you choose to look away from how somebody else is feeling. It's not done. Not at all. Self love and selfishness. I actually wanted to do a whole other video on this, and I will, but today, what is blocking you from self love? This is something I really want to get out at. Okay, I really want to let people know that, dude, this is your block. Everything else is gonna sort itself out, but this is your block. This is what you need to work on. Okay, so why am I picking up this topic? A huge reason is that right now we are at a crucial juncture in our history. Humanity all over the world is going through a great awakening. Okay, that card just jumped. I can't help it. That card really wants to be with pile 2. Okay, we are going through a mass awakening, and you cannot learn to be for others until you learn to be with yourself, until you learn to be for yourself. You cannot love another human being, be it be this is the card that came out. Everybody needs solitude time and to reassess things. Okay, you cannot love anyone without conditions if you don't love yourself unconditionally. What I mean is, if you don't love yourself, which is most of us, you will always have conditions when you love someone and when someone loves you. Ever wondered why your relationships don't work out? It is because you don't love yourself. In my theory, relationships can go 2 ways if you don't have self love. Okay, so the first one is, if you don't have self love, you are going to eventually break up. It's not going to work out. And the second is, sweetheart, dear baby, you are going to get stuck in a toxic relationship because you will never learn to love yourself or respect yourself. You will just keep on taking the pain, the hurt, the insults, and give it back. People indulge in mental violence, physical violence, verbal abuse, all kinds of abuse in front of others, in personal space, in the society, everywhere. It's just a really bad scene, guys. We really need to learn to love ourselves, and I really hope, spirit, please, this is a very important thing. This is a very, very, very important video that I'm making today, and I really want you all to see it, because self-love is gonna lead you to celebrations. Back of the deck energy. You know what, I'm just going to see the back of the deck for others. Transformations. Things are changing at a cellular level. A deep healing, guys. Deep healing only comes when you love yourself to the utmost, as much as you can. And let me tell you how empowering it is. I have no homes. I have come from a dysfunctional, very abusive, toxic family. But guys, things happened 1.5 years back. Everything crumbled for me. But I rose up like the phoenix. Of course, angels, spirit guides, spirit, my friends, well-wishers, everybody was there for me. But you know what? They have always been there. I just needed to love myself. I just needed to know that I have certain lessons to learn. I have certain lessons to learn and grow from them. And of course, you do have to cut out toxic people from your life at one point or the other. You may not garner the strength to do so, but if you have that nagging voice inside, do it. Cut them out. I don't care. Cut them out. But I'll tell you again why that will be a little toxic, because you also have to learn how to set a healthy boundary, in witchcraft. Witches, we always cast a circle of salt just to keep away bad spirits and negative energies. You can do that to your life as well. Contact them less. uh, Indulge less in social behaviors which you don't like anymore. But the point that I was trying to make was, what happens when you indulge in self love? Affirmation for positive change. Tarot come. Tarot will always come and hit you at your face, on your face, huh? I'm telling you. But the point is, the moment I loved myself, and the triggers stopped coming. I stopped getting triggered. I mean, and the point is that self love is very closely related to self healing. So you cannot have one without the other. Okay? And as you know, healing is a gradual process. And you cannot uh, rush it. Healing will come in waves all the time. There is nothing you can do. I'm just gonna, yeah, so that I have more space for shuffling. Yeah. Healing will always come in waves, guys. But the point is, you have to ride out with the waves. Seven of Wands and the Star. It means Seven of Wands is an energy of conflict where, if you see, like everybody is pointing their wands at her. It's like you're at the end of a cliff. It's like your back is against the wall. But see what you get later on. You get the Star card. Star card is about, if you know the traditional tarot deck, it's the Star card actually is a naked woman who's taking water from the water body near her, and she's naked because she accepts everything. She actually accepts even the abundance that comes from the universe. She stands in her power. She's naked in her vulnerability, and she's strong. People are going to give you a lot of dynamic about love. Not love, they're going to give you a lot of power dynamics in a relationship, which I'm not denying that they exist. But guys, get out of it. That's not a real relationship. That relationship is not soul to soul. And if right now you don't have soul to soul connections, then what do you have? Coming back. So the moment I indulged in self love, my triggers stopped coming. Like the way I used to get triggered beforehand, I did not. Uh, I do have had issues with my father and King of Pens. Yeah, I've had. Let's just put it this way: I've had issues with male figures in my life, but after this immense, deep wave of healing, it doesn't even bother me. In fact, now I'm happy when I see a father loving his daughter. I now I feel happy when I see couples around, man. And that is crazy. Okay? Earlier, I always used to go into the sadness that, oh my god, my ex did this, my ex did that. And because I was expecting them to love me, even with parents. I know most parents are not equipped with this knowledge of, actually loving themselves, that they can pass it on. Very, 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 very small percentage of people actually. This is the back of the deck energy, man. I'm like, this is what's coming up. Self love, guys. Accepting yourself. Yeah. So most parents also don't have that because their parents were not taught what the hell is self love. And it also comes with a lot of factors, uh, physical factors, which family you're born into, what's your background, etc., etc. But it also comes with soul karmic lessons that your soul has already had contracts with. So guys, all of that matters. The moment I started actually loving myself, I stopped getting triggered. I have to mention this because this is a big deal. Not that I don't get triggered, which triggers only point at things where you need to heal. So I also have certain things I need to heal from. I'm not claiming I've healed, I'm the best. No, I'm not saying that. But the thing is, true love for yourself is going to reflect in your other relationships. You're going to by default learn to love. You're by default going to learn to love others without conditions. Like, can you imagine the feeling, and I'm telling you, it's a free, this is a feeling of freedom to know that I can love someone and I don't want anything in return. Dude, like, man, do you know what feeling that is? And I'm telling you, you can have that feeling if you only work on yourself. Everything is going to fall into place, guys, if you just work on yourself. Yeah. It's crazy, man. It's crazy, crazy, crazy. Self love will also not keep you in relationships, situations, jobs which are not in alignment with yourself. I'm also actually going to pull out some poems from Rumi, which I have written down on nice paper. So at the end of every reading, I'm going to do that because I love Rumi and I've been going gaga over Rumi from a very, very young age. And I think it's time. And now, so when I was young and I used to read Rumi, I never understood what is he talking about. Like, what's all this? Like, you have to keep breaking your heart until it opens, or the crack is where the light enters you. Uh, I didn't understand that, but now I do. It is because I finally fell in love with myself. There's a whole gaga about twin flames and twin flames journey and all of that. But the point is, Three of Wands came out. Yeah, Three of Wands. Yeah, but the point is that people say, what people say about twin flames is your, like, literally a reflection of your soul. They're not soulmates. Though I don't believe in twin flames and everything as such because it's just labels, okay? Queen of Cups. Queen of Cups. Queen of Cups is the ultimate emotional maturity, ultimate emotional healing, because she, like in many decks, her cup is filled. And the point is that you can't give your cup, your empty cup, to others. How will you love somebody else if you can't love yourself? And it's true, you will cross boundaries, you will get abusive or toxic to your partner if you don't love yourself. You don't love yourself, and we all have to accept that at one point. If we are not, if we are toxic, if we are abusive, if in your past relationships, and I know it's going to be difficult, but in your past relationships, go back and see, were you toxic? Were you the one who needed to go away? Were you the one? And trust me, you will get these answers. And I'm also saying that the journey to self love is difficult, because imagine all these years you never loved yourself, But suddenly now you are like, let's let's love ourselves. And yeah, it doesn't work that way. It's a gradual process. In the beginning, again, you're not going to believe yourself, guys. You'll be like, what, why? But the thing is, you have to be patient. You have to start analyzing things for yourself. You have to finally understand. And I'm done. Okay. You have to finally understand that self love is the beginning of the greatest love story of your life. Once you truly love yourself, you will detach yourself from these expectations from other people, which is the root of all our suffering. Ask yourself, why do you suffer? Why do you suffer when your friend doesn't show up or your friend isn't there? Because you expected them to. And I'm not saying that it's wrong to expect it, but if you love yourself enough, you would be able to get by any situation. Of course, we need help sometimes, but more or less you'll be able to get by any situation by yourself. But you will always have help around you. You know why? Because when you love yourself, you by default help yourself. You also help your friends without expectations, which is not the case when you're being a selfish beep beep beep. Okay, these are things we need to work on. And I think I've talked for around a long time now, so let's get into the reading. Okay, let's start with group pile 1. Okay, I'm gonna show you the cards. The pile which shows the moon, it's one of my favorite rings. Okay, it also has the moon. It's actually like the moon that represents Hecate, uh, the Greek goddess. Okay, starting with a lot. Let's see. Okay, too many cards, guys. Today this reading is going to be dope. Okay. Like, imagine the chances. And you guys saw how I shuffled. It was like just my intuition going this, that, this, that, this, that. Guys, okay. Okay, sorry for that. Yeah. Okay, coming back to your reading. So, okay, guys. Where do I begin? Okay, I'm gonna start with the tarot. You are already, you're already, I see a lot of cups. That means you are going through something very emotional. You're going through something relationship wise, and let me give you more information about what it is. All right, so yeah, Five of Cups is when you are mourning for the past way too much. Like, look, this woman, so Five of Cups is 5 cups. You can see the 5 cups. Like, 3 of them have spilled, but 2 of them are on the table and they're fine. But the witch is crying about the 3 of them which are spilled. Okay, and this is about not being happy with what you have, not being grateful enough, and actually just mourning too much over the past. With 7 of Cups, if you see, everything is not as it seems. Certain things are just an illusion. take it how it fits in your reality, okay, guys? Because it's a general reading and things are going to pop up and it's going to be different. All these cards, what they signify, is going to be different for all of you. But if you look, these guys are trying to build something. They are pointing at this tree, this piece of land which is floating in the air. It has no foundation. It's an illusion. It can be very well be an illusion, but look at them. They're planning. They have the scrolls and everything, and they are there, guys. Careful what you wish for. Sometimes there are illusions we want to give into, but at the end of the day they are only illusions. Page of Cups is either this is you, which means you're quite young, or you have started, or it can be a relatively younger person coming into your life and opening a lot of doors, opening creativity, intuitive hits inside of you. Since out of 6 cards you got three cup cards, so I would really ask you to look into your intuition and what it is saying, and how to, you know how you can get a little more creative, because creative flow can actually help you deal with emotions a lot. I have throughout my life either painted or journaled, and that has really helped me, because at one point of time I had no friends, and journaling was the only thing that helped me, guys. So that's something important. You also have, and now let me get to the bad part. You got Tower. Something in your life is going to get destroyed. Something which does not have a solid foundation, that's going to crumble. It's going to be hard, and no wonder you have this 5 of cups and 7 of cups. But with the Tower, I want to tell you, you need to get creative in every sense, not just going into a creative flow and going into the arts. You've got to be creative with what you say to yourself while this Tower moment comes. And if you can see, there's a sudden flash of lightning and things are on fire, and things are getting ruined. In the traditional deck there are people jumping out of the tower, so expect things which did not uh, align with yourself to be destroyed. I'm sorry, it's just the way it is. And but with that as well, you got the Page of Swords, which means you are going to have new ideas. You are going to have this thirst for new knowledge. You are going to, because all of these energies are going to slap you in the face, and they're going to force you to come out and actually do something about it. There was a time in tarot when I just got into tarot, and I was seeing a lot of picker cards like this one. There were two recurrent cards which kept on coming in my life: the Tower and the Death card, which was constantly telling me that which do not have solid foundation in your life is they're going to be crumbling, and that is going to be a massive opportunity for change. And not just opportunity for change, because the Death card came, I already knew I had to deal with a lot. I had to deal with the death of my old self, and I had to create this new being altogether, because it would be too much to deal with life otherwise, being the same person I was. If I was not kind, compassionate to myself, then yeah, I actually do see that you guys have a lot of wishful thinking, which is a little wishful thinking is good, but you need to be grounded in reality because you guys are empaths. You actually got the Get Grounded card from the Work Your Light Oracle. Yeah. Also, you've been asking, like I said, Page of Cups, get in touch with your intuitive hits, trust the niggle. What is the niggling feeling trying to tell you? What is it that is like, what's going on inside? Nonetheless, at the end of this entire circle that's coming for you, which is going to end, like the circle is going to come, because remember the star card, it actually comes after the tower, because after the tower it is like everything is gone and done for you. You have nothing to lose. You're not scared anymore. I also see one of the things blocking you from self love is you trying to hold on to people. You're trying to hold on to things which are not meant for you at all. I'm sorry. And this is a reality check. This was not going to be an easy video, but I'm going to give it to you straight. I'm sorry again. If you don't like it, you can click off and go to some other very nice predictive video or pick a card. But yeah, but whatever this that you're going through is somehow going to help you start a new form of income, something new in your work way, in your work life, maybe a change of career, who knows. But this will be something that's just starts, but it is going to bring a lot of abundance to you, like financial abundance to you in a way. Stop mourning for the past. Believe in yourself, believe in your creativity, believe in your intuition. Guys, you need to believe in your intuition. Like I think the last video I posted was about what are your angels leading to you. You know, guys, angels, guides, everybody, the universe is constantly speaking to you. Okay, wait, we still have a lot of cards to cover. Okay, you will be getting creative with your new ideas, which can take you to a new financial gain, a new way of a new path of work, etc., etc. So what is blocking you is you're not speaking your mind, you're not grounded enough, which is also pointing towards you holding on to things which don't have firm basis. Too much wishful thinking, getting stuck in illusions that people are selling you. Analyze it, and you got the Page of Swords. So this page is a young, it shows someone who is relatively younger in the court cards. It is telling you that you need to trust even your intellect. I think you listen to people, to other people too much. And how do you get your intuition in touch? By stargazing. Okay, look, I'm gonna read this out to you. And the moon energy, because going through this entire work, or even starting this journey towards self love, or just getting through this tower card moment, baby, it's going to take a lot from you. It's a lot of work, but don't be discouraged. Okay, because the moon energy card is asking you to surrender to the natural ebb and flow of life. If you're feeling confused, this fairy comes to calm emotions and reassure you that peace of mind is possible. Stargazing. When you gaze at the stars, you give yourself fairy focus. Your intuition will flow more freely and reveal what you need to know about your situation. I also talked about how to hone your intuition by doing this water exercise. You just take like few drops of water on a surface, and then you dip your one finger in it, and then you just scribe. You don't need to make sense, you just need to do it, because what's happening is what people don't understand for the majority of the time is that when you're painting, you're actually channeling, like unless you're copying something from you're seeing something and you're doing it. But even when you're coloring, you're filling this thing with color, you're actually channeling. You're channeling actually your higher self, some messages which you're not in touch with from the okay, guys, you also need to do a little bit of air magic, in the sense, use incense, agarbatti, use incense, and maybe meditate, change the vibration, sage your house or burn bay leaves. All of them work. From the witchlings, deck, we've got transformation. Self transformation is the evolving process of life that brings higher consciousness. Don't be scared of the tower. The tower, when it comes, it does not always signify that it's going to go bad. But if the things that you're holding on to do not have a foundation and are not in alignment with yourself, they are going to crumble, guys. But this will give you this huge opportunity to transform. And how will you transform? Is via imagination. Imagination intrigues the soul and illuminates the heart. So, guys, you really need to get on with this. Okay. And for the last Rumi poem, the highlight of the reading. In the mountain of your body, there is a jewel. Search for it. Love is to see beyond what the eyes see. Now, guys, I'm not going to interpret this poem for you because poems can be interpreted in any way they want to be interpreted. Anyone, any of you literature geeks, you will be able to interpret this. And I'm sure if you have gone through this entire reading, this will fit in perfectly for you. I'm going to repeat it again. In the mountain of your body, there is a jewel. Search for it. Love is to see beyond what the eyes see. What do eyes? What is something which sees beyond what the eyes see? Your third eye, your intuition. And it's not enough to have intuition. You actually got to constantly speak your mind. Speak your mind, guys. This pile was thick, as are the rest of the two piles, but I enjoyed it so much, guys. I just really hope that whoever chose this pile, you guys understand that these are the things you need to work on. You need to be grounded more. You need to listen to your intuition. Okay, guys, that is it for you. I'm gonna move to pile 2. I'm gonna drink some water. I've talked too much. Okay. For those of you who chose pile 2, this is the pendant that you chose. Okay. Guys, a circle is ending for you. Guys, this circle is ending for you. A circle is ending for you. You've been going through some bad things. You've been going through some upheavals. You've been carrying too many burdens. 10 of Wands. You've been carrying too much. And look how tired she is. And that's how tired you are. Okay? I know how heavy it is to just keep carrying and just wanting this circle or this cycle to be over. I know. We also have the death card. Actually, guys, you have 1, 2, 3. You got 4 major arcana cards. You are learning some huge life lessons, guys. You're learning a lot of life lessons, and I can't stress it enough. Like, for the tarot, from the minor arcana, we got 10 of wands and 2 of swords, okay? I mean, it's crazy! How can you. Wait. This energy is a little heavy. I can feel it. It's very heavy. And I feel so much love and compassion for you guys. Okay. It's actually so heavy that I'm actually getting hesitant to speak. Two of Swords also is pointing at something that is difficult, that is something that is not very easy to go ahead with. But you've got the transformation card, you've got the death card, and it is again death card. Don't get scared of it. It is just asking you to change, because the previous way of your being is not working anymore, guys. It's not working anymore. What you need to do instead is, you've got the judgment call, the judgment card. This judgment card is often from your side. When the card comes up, you need to start listening to yourself, whatever that might be. You cannot anymore ignore your calling. No, not at all. You can't ignore your calling at any given cost. Not only that, you also got the high priestess. Okay, so like, you have to now stick to your intuition, listen to your own inner song. You've got to dance to your own drum beat now. You cannot listen to others. You have to answer the call. You have to answer the call no matter what's going on. I also feel you guys are a little disbalanced, like you guys don't know what is moderation. Uh, you either do too much or too less of things. You need to find a balance. Then you got the Fool card. Fool card is actually the first card in Major Arcana. Fool card, like, look at how she wants to go with the flow. Sorry, she's not carrying the she's not carrying the burden of the past. She's not regretting the past. She's learned her lesson. Now she's ready to take chances. She's ready to take risks, and I think this is what you're changing into. From the Death card, this is what you're changing into: the Fool, the High Priestess, the Judgment. You've got to start listening to your inner voice. High Priestess is also someone who is very intuitive, but is also she's more than a queen, guys, and it must mean something when I'm saying she's more than the queen. She is this bridge between the spirit realm and this realm. She is someone who needs who talks very less, who talks only when needed. She is someone who knows how to balance things. She knows how to see. She knows how to see beyond the veil. You guys also have another very important card that needs to be talked about: protection. You guys need to call back your power. A High Priestess actually comes before the Hierophant in the deck. So you need to have this awakening that asks you to believe in yourself and believe in your power. Protection, call back your power, cut the cords, soul retrieval. You need to cut cords with people who are holding you back, who are holding you down, who are being a burden to you. Guys, you need to do it. Nobody else is going to do anything. Nobody is coming to save you. Nobody is going to help you till you don't learn to help yourself, guys. Biggest lesson of self love. You listen to too many people's opinion. You don't listen enough to yourself. That is your self blockage. That is your blockage to self love. And you are like, you're too self sacrificing. I was just gonna break out in Bengali. But yeah, you're too self sacrificing, and that's not gonna help anyone, guys. No, that's not gonna help you. The more you sacrifice yourself for others, understand when you don't love yourself enough, there's no balance. When you give all, and when you take all. That's not how a healthy person or a healthy soul, souls are healthy, or a healthy human being behaves. And I feel through all of these things, it's going to get very difficult for you. And since I said you got four major arcanas, your life is like going through a lot right now. You're changing a lot, but with you've got the motivation and luck card too. mm, if there's something you've been merely thinking about doing, they say get busy and do it. Guys, I can't stress it enough. If I did not listen to myself, if I did not feel that what I knew was important enough and needed to get out to the people so that it can help it, I would not be doing this. And I think I will keep saying this in every video possible, because I want you guys to push past that feeling of not believing in yourself, because someday you've got to do it. How long will you keep living this half life? Guys, let me give you a sick secret. We, even at our best selves, we have not reached our full potential of a human being. That is how much we have been controlled from everything in life. I don't need to name it. Society, media, everything. We put these limitations on ourselves. And why do we do that? Because we don't love ourselves. When we listen to others too much, when others give us advice and say, I'm saying this for your own good. Dude, I know what's good for me. Let me make my own decisions. Say that to people. Be a little rude. Because the way you sacrifice yourself, it is not okay. You keep sacrificing yourself, and at the end, let me just comment down below. If there are times you feel there is nothing left of you, just comment down below if at times you feel there is nothing left for you whatsoever. Just let me know that. That'll solve a lot of the mysteries around you. Okay. Next, with a clear direction for what you want to achieve, you are summoning energies that bring you luck. And you also got the relaxation card. Stop your world from spinning by partaking in well deserved moments of relaxation. Maybe you actually have people who don't let you rest, who don't allow you to rest. And I'm sorry if you're a woman and come from a little or a lot patriarchal family, you might not have mental rest or physical rest at all. I'm sorry. Just the truth's out. And I have to say, stop saying sorry, because I'm telling you the truth. You got two cards from the Witch Oracle deck, which is go with the flow. Go with the flow of your inner being. Go with the flow, because once you, but this is a card, this energy, it's going to come a little later in your life, because once you deal with everything, once you deal with not taking other people's burden, to listening to yourselves, to not indulging in conflicts because there's a conflict of interest, or so on and so forth, or just listening to yourself, then this energy is going to come and go with the flow. But first you got to make a move. Make a move, guys. Make a move. Answer what your soul is calling to do. Your blockages are not having any balance. Either you give too much or you take too much. Either of that. You carry a lot of burdens by the virtue of what I just said. If you have this disbalance within yourself, you're always going to be this way. Second, you are resisting change. You're resisting certain changes that are supposed to come into your life, which are divinely orchestrated. uh, you are also a little scared of taking risks, which all these cards are pointing at. You don't listen to your inner self at all. You are not connected with your inner child. Then how will you love yourself? How will you love yourself if you are not connected to the most vulnerable part of yourself? And the most vulnerable part of ourselves is our inner child, guys. You need to get in touch with your inner child. This is all I'm seeing, and the energy is pretty heavy with this deck. It all ties in. Listen to this. Doing as others told me, I was blind. Coming when others called me, I was lost. Then I left everyone, myself as well. Then I found everyone, myself as well. Doing as others told me, I was blind. Coming when others called me, I was lost. Then I left everyone, myself as well. Then I found everyone, myself as well. It's a long journey, guys, but you've got to start somewhere. And these, and I'm not saying that there cannot be more blockages that you have, but maybe right now in life, this is what you need to begin with, guys. This is what you need to begin with. If you resonated with this reading, which was pretty heavy, please comment. Please let me know whether it resonated with you or not, and if it resonated, how, because I really want to know. This is an important video. So yeah, this is something that I would like you to work on, because this is the start of this brilliant journey towards self-love. So yes, pile number 3, if you chose this shiny diamond bag. Okay, shiny diamond bag. Maybe one of your self love is that you indulge in materialistic things too much. That can be a blockage as well. Yeah, when you don't know when to stop and you only know how to fill the void in your heart with materialistic things, that's a huge block to self love. Nice. This pile is okay. This pile is a lot lighter and this pile is a little more positive. Let me see the tarot. Yes, yes, yes. Okay. Actually, I feel you guys do love yourself. I think you do love yourselves, but two, three things, okay, guys? You don't rest. You don't give yourself a break. Huge deal. You are too attached to the instability of your financial aspect of your life, in the sense that, of course, we all deal with financial issues from time to time, but the point is, finances or money is a form of abundance. Abundance cannot come to you till you resonate on a certain frequency. In the sense, if you are not living in abundance, do not expect that you will have incoming flow of abundance. That can be money, that can be friends, that can be gifts, that can be imagination, creative flow. What is it? It is also a sort of abundance. You are very scared of taking risks. Very scared of taking risks. Sometimes I also feel you are a little afraid of actually indulging in happiness, because you're like, if I indulge in happiness now, God's going to take away from me. Every time I get happy, I am going to again lose it. You guys give a lot of yourselves. A lot of yourself. You guys are very emotional. You, like I said, you're again afraid of taking risks. Again, it kind of ties in with your financial aspect, because if you're too scared of taking risks, you can't grow in life, and everything. The comfort zone is actually where you die. You die in your comfort zone. So we actively have to always keep pushing ourselves into these uncomfortable zones. mm, you don't rest, and you think a lot sometimes, I feel. mm, but you know what, you also have, these are like minor blockages, I feel. But overall, I do feel that you are capable. Like, you'd have to do very little work, unlike the other two piles which have a long way to self love. I feel that you guys are very close to self love, because you got the manifestation card, you got the abundance card, you got the Empress, you got Ace of Cups, you got King of Cups, so you're ready for new relationships, and you're ready for fertile new ideas to take off the ground. But you, my friend, are afraid of taking the risk. What's left to lose, man? We're in the middle of the pandemic. Lockdown 4.0 has started. We all now know that the lockdown's gonna get extended, because things are happening, guys. This is the time of mass awakenings. If you don't take the time to work on yourself right now, it is not going to work, guys. You gotta start loving yourself. You gotta start working on yourself. You gotta start taking risks. You got to listen to your heart. You've got to listen to what makes you happy. You've got to take part in joy and delight. You actually got, from the Witchlings deck, you got enthusiasm and creativity. You don't lack anything, guys. You just lack a little bit, fixing and tweaking here and there, and then you guys will be set. Devotion. Tune into the portal of your heart. You've got to get devoted to yourself and your callings, man. You are a part of the age of light. You've been training for this for lifetimes. Affirmation for acceptance. These are all the cards you have, guys. I also sense a lot of emotional healing that you guys are going through right now. And I think Spirit is also asking you to take rest and recover and heal from whatever has happened. And you have to eventually start accepting things the way they are. And not just that, you have to start taking part in things which bring you joy and delight. So this Knight of Wands, if there is anything that you want to do and you're not doing, Knight of Wands is actually, I think, the second fastest. Yeah, it is the second fastest knight, and it actually doesn't think too much. It's not into planning. It's not like the Knight of Pentacles who's like planning and I'm gonna wait for things to happen. Knight of Wands is just next to Knight of Swords. Knight of Wands will charge ahead with its passion. I feel like all you need to do is give into your passion, because you got the abundance card, you got the manifestation card. Be very honest and clear about what you wish to manifest in your life. Now write it down on paper. Manifestation. That's the step one. If you want to work with manifestation, go watch The Secret. Go watch videos on the law of attraction. Understand how frequencies work. Understand you need to think your consciousness. You think your reality into existence. All of these things are happening simultaneously, guys. Abundance. Prepare yourself for incoming abundance. Release any mental blocks you may have in fairyland and human land. There is enough abundance for everyone. Enthusiasm, I think it ties in with the Knight of Wands. Life is always brighter when you wake up each day with a spirit of enthusiasm. And creativity is a natural part of who you are, which can be ignited and developed. You've got to get. You know what, guys? If this message gets to you, why don't you comment down just one thing that you really want to do and you're scared of doing? I'll help you out. I'll help you out. Do that. You've got to get devoted to yourself. Okay? I can feel all of you are going through healing, intense healing, but new things are beginning. Fertile things are happening in your life. You're planting the seeds. You're just scared that the seed might just grow into this huge tree, and then what are you going to do? But you'll figure it out once you just match your frequencies. Okay, so the last card from Rumi. I'm going to read it twice. The breeze at dawn has secrets to tell you. Don't go back to sleep. You must ask for what you really want. Don't go back to sleep. People are going back and forth across the door sill where the two walls touch. The door is round and open. Don't go back to sleep. Manifestations, guys. Abundance. Let the change happen. Whatever healing you're going through, let it happen. Don't stand in your way. Give into your fashions. I'm just going to read the poem once more for you to understand. Yeah. If you want, maybe you can screenshot it as well. The breeze at dawn has secrets to tell you. Don't go back to sleep. You must really ask for what you want. Don't go back to sleep. People are going back and forth across the door sill where the two worlds touch. The door is round and open. Don't go back to sleep. Take action, guys. Take action. This is the time. This is the time. Thank you all. If you liked my reading, if you resonated with my reading, please like, share, and subscribe. Give it to your friends who you think might need to listen to these messages. And if you want a personal reading, the details are given down below. My email address and my phone number. So yeah, guys, if you liked the reading, please share, like, and subscribe. Hit the bell icon, and I'm gonna see you in the next video. So till then, take care and love yourself. Bye.